Some of the first responders in Japan after the tsunami and earthquake are now developing serious health issues because of the Fukushima nuclear reactor. So some of the ailments that members of our own Navy are suffering from right now include cancer, thyroid disease, and uterine bleeding.
Jesus.
One person by the name of Lindsay Cooper says the following: "My thyroid is so out of whack that I can lose 60 to 70 pounds in 1 month and then gain it back the next. My
Wow.
menstrual cycle lasts for 6 months at a time, and I cannot get pregnant. It's ruined me."
Jeez, man, hearing the stories of what happened to those guys on the USS Ronald Reagan when they went to go help is devastating. I mean, one story after another it just rips your guts inside. And what they're saying is, look, the Japanese government told us it was safe. and mainly, it was not the Japanese government as much as the actual electric company who was operating the plant, who said, "Oh, don't worry about it."
Of course they're going to say that.
Yeah.
Anytime you're dealing with radiation and a nuclear reactor, you have to go against what someone is telling you and go with your better judgment. At least 70 have been stricken with some form of radiation sickness, and of those, at least half are suffering from some form of cancer. We're seeing leukemia, testicular cancer, and unremitting gynecological bleeding requiring transfusions and other intervention.
Now, at this point, the Japanese government actually agrees with them. They say the Tokyo Electric Power Company knew how bad it was and didn't say it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that's exactly what lawsuits are for when somebody has damaged you like this. Look, they said that they knew fairly early on, but they couldn't get the aircraft carrier out in enough days, right? Because people got so sick, everybody on board started having uncontrollable diarrhea. They said they were, and I hate to put it this way, but it's literally a quote, shitting themselves in the hallways.
Oh my God.
And then this radioactive snow started to fall. But that wasn't actually the biggest problem. From my reading of the case, it appears the biggest problem was that the radiation was in the water. Mm-hmm. And they take the water in and desalinate it and then use it in the faucets, the showers, etc. So they were all showering, literally showering in that radioactive water, and that's why this happened. And I remember both on the Young Turks at the time, and I was on MSNBC at the time when this happened, I said, don't trust what the Japanese government is saying. Don't trust what the electric power company is saying. Go, get out of there, right? Get as far away from that plant as you can. It's literally a core meltdown. And they don't want people to panic, so they're always like, oh, it's going to be okay. You know, we'll set up I forget if it was a 20 or a 60 mile perimeter, something along those lines. I'm like, you're crazy, man. Don't be anywhere near that reactor. And I remember at the time, of course, not at the Young Turks, but on cable news, people were like, hey, Cenk, I don't know that you want to say that because the official government position is that it's safe.
So ridiculous.
Oh, is that the official government position? Now go explain that to the people who were serving on the USS Ronald Reagan.
First responders are among the most courageous and selfless people on the planet. Just to give you an example of some of the people that were first responders after the tsunami, there were a group of engineers, retired engineers from Japan that went ahead and they helped with the cleanup efforts. And a lot of them were above the age of 60. So they were 60 and older. And the reason why they wanted to participate in the effort was because they were engineers, so they are familiar with the nuclear reactor, and they somehow felt like it was their responsibility to get involved and help. And also, if you are cancer-free past the age of 60, you have a relatively low risk of developing cancer. So if you're dealing with if you're dealing with radioactivity or anything like that, it's less likely that you'll get cancer.
Plus, they said at the time, look, we're older, so we got less time to live. So, look, the people of Japan suffered far more than Americans did. Obviously, they were so much more affected than some of our guys who went to go help. First, it should be noted, look, America does a lot of things terrible in foreign policy, and we point it out on the show all the time. But from time to time, we do humanitarian missions where we put our lives on the line to help others. And that should be noted in this case as well. But mostly I'm angry at the Japanese government initially and the power company for lying to the people of Japan, let alone who was on that aircraft carrier. But at the same time, and we kid around a lot about Japanese culture on the show, but that's also part of Japanese culture. Not the government reaction, but the reaction of those elders who said, I'm going to risk my life. It's okay. I'm going to do it for the community. And they went in there and to try to fix the plant, that is an act of enormous courage for them to do that. And so, you know, that's the upside of the Japanese tradition of honor and sticking up for your community. I mean, how many people would walk into a radioactive plant to try to help others?
Yeah.
So it was a great, great act by those Japanese elders. And I believe we just showed you the radioactive snow. And I mean, you saw how much it was. I mean, they're literally surrounded by the radioactive material. So it's understandable why so many of the guys on the aircraft carrier and women got so sick. And nuclear fallout ain't nothing to mess with. So the next time you hear a government tell you, oh, no, this is our official position, that it's not that bad to be near a nuclear meltdown, don't believe the hype. Get the hell out of there.